Un jour, en rejoignant la maison après la messe, Mayine voit un édifice au Borgo Alto qui n'existait pas auparavant et plusieurs filles jouant dans la cour. Soudain, elle a entendu une voix de femme lui dire « À toi je les confie ». Ne se faisant pas confiance après son combat contre la typhoïde et le délire, et pas sûre de ce que cela signifiait, elle s'est immédiatement tournée vers Don Pestarino, son guide spirituel. Il lui conseille de ne croire en aucune vision et l'avertit de la réaction des habitants de la ville. Puis la renvoya, lui ordonnant sévèrement de l'oublier. Mais elle ne pouvait pas oublier, qu'elle soit éveillée ou endormie, et elle priait et luttait pour comprendre ce que cela pouvait signifier. Un jour, de passage sur la route avec Pétronille, sa meilleure amie, elle partage son rêve, et ensemble, dans le partage de la prière, elles ont cherché à comprendre ce que cela signifiait et ce que Dieu lui demandait. Puis, en octobre 1864, Don Bosco vint à Mornez avec ses garçons. Il a donné la bonne nuit et a béni les gens. Là-bas, Don Pestarino a partagé avec lui un rêve qu'il avait eu pendant de nombreuses années, soit celui de construire un oratoire pour les garçons de Mornez à Borgo Alto, terrain hérité de son père. Mais, après avoir parlé avec Don Bosco, ils ont décidé de construire à la place une école pour garçons. Don Pestarino fournirait les briques, et eux la main-d'œuvre. L'autorisation du diocèse de construire avait été accordée. Don Bosco a même promis de doter l'école en personnel, alors Don Pestarino en a parlé aux gens le 16 octobre. Immédiatement, les gens ont poussé des acclamations tonitruantes et des cris de joie. L'excavation a commencé le 21 octobre et le 24, tout le monde s'est mis au travail avec une grande ferveur. Don Pestarino a noté dans ses chroniques que Don Bosco voulait que ce soit un noviciat pour ses clercs. Mais ce n'était pas le seul projet de construction pour Mornez qui occupait son esprit et celui de Don Bosco. Au fur et à mesure que le travail manuel se poursuivait, devait aussi avancer celui de nature spirituelle qui consiste à réaliser le plan que ces deux saints prêtres avaient pour les filles de Marie Immaculée. En 1872, la nouvelle se répand. L'école ira aux novices et aux filles, et les gens se retournèrent contre Don Pestarino et toutes les sœurs novices. Mais personne n'a jamais laissé entendre que c'était la décision de la curie d'Arqui et non la leur. Don Bosco aussi. Mais ni lui ni eux n'ont reculé devant le plan de Dieu. Les sœurs novices et les filles emménagèrent au collège le 23 mai 1872. C'est devenu leur maison et un pensionnat, et notre premier noviciat est maison mère. Ici, elles ont commencé à pratiquer le règlement d'une manière nouvelle, davantage en tant que communauté religieuse et non en tant que groupe de femmes pieuses, guidées par Don Bosco à travers Don Pestarino et Marie Mazzarello. Ici, dans la chapelle du collège, les 15 premières filles de Marie Auxiliatrice ont prononcé leurs vœux le 5 août 1872, dans les mains de Don Bosco. Ce même jour, Don Bosco leur a présenté sœur Marie-Dominique Mazzarello comme leur première supérieure. Il ferait pour les filles ce que les Salésiens faisaient déjà pour les garçons, c'est-à-dire les éduquer, les évangéliser, pour qu'elles soient de bonnes chrétiennes et d'honnêtes citoyennes. Une seule famille, et tous dans le même esprit de famille du système préventif où le cœur parle au cœur. Don Costamagna a qualifié la première communauté de Mornez de la maison de l'amour de Dieu. La première éphémère disait de cette maison: même les murs semblaient respirer le bonheur. La communauté a vécu à Mornaise jusqu'en 1879, lorsque la maison mère de l'Institut a déménagé à Nizza Monferrato. Le collegio a été fermé en avril 1880, après que le dernier groupe des sœurs et celle en formation ait atteint Nizza.
In this year, marking the 400th anniversary of St. Francis de Sales' entrance into heaven and the 150th year of our Institute, our Strenna reminds us that heart speaks to heart. The Salesian educator has and strongly guards within him or herself the conviction that the good is always nestled in the heart of every person, every young person, however hidden it may be, and that the way to find it is to allow heart to speak to heart, the heart burning with the zeal of the Da mihi animas cetera tole. What a wonderful time to speak of Maïn, for her entire life illustrates this truth most perfectly in the myriad of relationships she established with God, her family, Our Lady, Petronilla, the young girls of the oratory, Don Pestarino, the townspeople, all the Salesians who would come to be their spiritual directors, but in a special way with Don Caliero, the first sisters, the novices and postulants, and the teachers, boarders, and day students of the collegio. The house of the love of God. She was the same her whole life through, at Holy Mass, always absorbed in prayer for all the people in her life, Mazzo, the town ne'er-do-well, on those ill or dying. Always forgiving those who do wrong and interceding for those in need of salvation, especially poor, abandoned, orphaned young people. Uniting them all to Christ crucified, and allowing his love to move her to action even in the midst of her own suffering and trials, for the love of God and of neighbor. To work with him in the salvation of souls, no matter the personal cost. Education is a matter of the heart, Don Bosco used to say. Maïn knew this just as well. Both of them knew that true change, true growth, true happiness can only be found through deep friendship with the Lord. The kind of friendship that allows them to know they are loved, and so be transparent in word, deed, and action with the friend, not needing to hide behind a false self. And this is what they pass down to us as a legacy in the preventive system, after the manner of our Lord himself, whose patience is directed to our salvation. As Don Caliero attested, all the games and outings, all the activities, as well as all the conferences and advice were but for one purpose, to get the young people to make a good confession.
Some of the aspects of her relationship that can be highlighted are Christ-centeredness. The scope of her relationship with everyone is to lead all to Jesus. She strived to do utmost good to all and to lead many souls to Jesus. To one of the sisters she writes, Do you get annoyed when the fire won't light? Have patience and try to set yourself afire with the divine love. The second aspect is the encouragement. She understood very well that each person is a human being with his or her own defects and weaknesses. Thus, she encouraged others not to get discouraged with their limitations or human frailty, but strive towards sanctity without giving in to discouragement. To one of the sisters, she wrote like this: "Don't be afraid of your defects and of not being able to correct them all at once, but do so gradually, calmly, and leave the rest in God's hands." The third aspect is that she accompanied others to love God and each other. Mother Mazzarello built up a filial and a friendly relationship with God as well as others. She made sure that others too established a familial relationship with God and a healthy and friendly relationship with each other. She wrote to one of the students in letter number 44 like this: "Love your teachers and assistants." In letter 25, she writes to the superior about another young sister called Vittoria like this: "It seems to me that if you know how to take her, she will turn out well. So it is with the others. Each one of us has her defects. It is necessary to correct them with charity, but don't expect them to be without defects, nor should you expect that they will correct themselves all at once." Another aspect is the cheerfulness. Mother Mazzarello always maintained a joyful relationship. She created a cheerful and serene atmosphere, which she knew is essential for each other's growth. In almost all of her letters, we can see her often asking and recommending either the sisters, the educants, the novices, or to whomsoever it was addressed to be cheerful. And another aspect that we can see in her relationship is the caring presence. Mother Mazzarello took care of everyone who came in contact with her. The girls who came to the laboratory to learn stitching were attracted to the caring nature of Mother Mazzarello, that they wanted to become a religious. One of the girls who later became a sister says, "I can truly say that I remained in Mornese for the great charity of the good Mother Mazzarello, who was able to win over me with her maternal affection and was able to correct my impetus, pride, choleric character with sweetness and charity." All these aspects are very well noticed in the video that follows now.
Ella, Strenna, please taste these. Today we begin our French lesson with irregular verbs. As an example, the verb aller. Je vais, tu vas, il va. Nous allons, vous allez, ils vont. Bunk! Get out! What was that? Mother, we can't possibly bear. Thanks to the Lord. Nothing is impossible, Sister Petronila. We must have patience, but sincere patience, and pray hard to love them all the more, all the more. Don Bosco always tells me, grain is sown for its own time to ripen when it's ready. We must look after them, even though we have to make allowances, as their mamas would do if they were alive. Let us pray. Let us pray. Mother Mazzarello. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Corinne. Are you coming to Mass with us? Merry Christmas, Emma. I shall pray to the infant Jesus for you. Your Mama in heaven looks down and blesses you. to be made new, like the snow.
Siamo uniti a te, come